So this is where it all begins. This is Mellon Mission's field of kale. Its own land, and it also grows some other vegetable crops, but mainly kale. So this kale will be used to feed the kids at the school, and the growth life cycle of this crop is maybe every couple of weeks. So we're getting a good amount of kale every couple of weeks, and the size of this land is between half an acre and maybe 2/3 of an acre, so it's a good size. So this is the kitchen operation at about 10 o'clock in the morning, and just to introduce you to the two stars of the show, we have George down here. He's a bit shy. Hello George. And then Mama Mary. So without these two people, you know, the school wouldn't run, because the food very much brings in the kids as a big incentive. So Mama Mary here is cutting some cabbage in preparation for the meal later. And George, is this kale, George? Kale. Yeah, so George is preparing some kale to go along with the cabbage. And we've got the fire going, and we'll soon be cooking the vegetables. And are we having ugali today?
Yes.
Ugali, which is the staple food, very nutritious, very filling. So we'll be having that as well. So it's about 10:30 and the kids are being given their porridge as a part of the feeding program. They get 2 meals a day here, porridge at break time and then a main meal at lunchtime. But this is porridge at the moment. As you can see, George is laying out some plates in preparation for lunch. And the reason why he's having to lay out so many plates is because the food is going to be served or dished out in advance of when it's served to the kids. And that needs to be done because the school doesn't have, you know, the Western or the American canteen facilities that a lot of schools around the world have. So rather than dishing up each meal very quickly as each kid comes, which will take far too long, the meals have to be served well in advance, dished up well in advance, and then they'll be served on this surface. So that's how it's done. As you can see, it's lunchtime, so the kids are lining up and being given some plates of ugali and cabbage. It's a bit chaotic. You like ugali? Hi, Dennis. The kids are enjoying their main meal of the day, one of 2 meals as a part of the feeding program, in the shade. It's a perfect time to talk to you about the meals that they get here compared with their American and English counterparts. So the typical weekly menu is quite simple. So they have ugali made from corn 3 times a week. They have a mix of beans, maize and kidney beans a couple of times each week, and they're always served a basic vegetable such as kale or cabbage, whereas in England and in America we get served a variety of foods each week, and on any given day there's a broad selection, and we get lots of meat and fruits, which are foods that the kids won't be served here. And once the kids finish their meals, that's when the real cleaning operation begins. They'll put their plates in the bins, and then the volunteers and the staff will start tidying up. And then the whole thing happens again tomorrow, doesn't it, Cyprian?